everybody, it's Ray, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Today we're going to be reacting to Cody Ko's response, essentially, through Pyrocynical, because I refuse to give views to Cody Ko ever again. Just saying, we'll never do it. But anywho, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we?
There have been an insane amount of allegations over the past month. There's been Dr. Disrespect, Cody Ko, and then the Ava Tyson situation. And I feel that the Ava Tyson situation was so huge because she's
They call themselves Ava now? I thought they changed. Okay.
aligned with Mr. Beast, who's basically the biggest YouTuber in the world. That all the other allegations kind of just everyone forgot about. And Cody Ko is one of those allegations that everyone just seems to have forgotten about now. Well, surprisingly, he's actually dropped a response during,
Which is freaking shocking. Shocking. Like, I thought he was just gonna DJ the pain away, just like he did like a couple weeks ago when he was in Vegas. Yeah, a couple weeks ago when he was in Vegas. Yeah, he's in Vegas.
everything that's been going on. Now, I know a lot of people have been on the edge of their seat waiting for Cody Ko to drop some kind of response, to the point that the YouTube
I've literally been sitting here almost shitting myself waiting for him to respond to what the fuck is going on.
algorithm thinks that that's the kind of content that people want, that this video of Cody doing a response is now being shilled everywhere.
I've been reading a lot of mean comments about me online recently.
I've been reading a lot of mean comments. It's already starting off bad. It's already starting off bad. Oh my gosh.
And just to those people, I wanted to warn you that I've been working on some stuff.
Oh, fuck. Oh, gosh. I knew it was going to be bad. This is like, okay, hold on.
Okay?
Now, obviously, that isn't the actual response, and I haven't misled you either. Genuinely, him and Noel have actually put a response together and put it out pretty much last night. Now, the Cody and Tana situation runs quite deep and has been going on for quite a while. I personally stayed away from it, and I didn't want to do like a response because I personally feel it's only really fair to actually, you know, cover a situation when both parties have said their side. And Cody didn't really say anything. To this day, he still hasn't uploaded, but he got an insane amount of flack when he was actually cited doing a DJ set, and this was after...
Yes, that is literally what I just said earlier. And yeah, he was doing a DJ set in Las Vegas, and it's at the something beach club or whatever. I don't know why these motherfuckers over here hiring predators and shit. Y'all need to get it together, though. Get it the fuck together.
The video on him dropped by D'Angelo Wallace, basically exposing him. Now, Cody Ko needs no introduction. He's one of the most popular faces on the platform, and before he got called out, he was juicing insane views. And even before then, he had like an incredibly successful series with his friend Noel Miller. That's Cringe. You might remember like That's Cringe, Ajit Pai, for example.
Go back to Africa, where you came from. Do you even English, bro?
How many fake laughs do I have to do? How long do humans laugh for?
I remember this video too. Oh my gosh. Like, I literally used to binge watch this man, and I'm kind of just like really disappointed.
After jokes. And these are jokes?
He also did reactionary content like The Button or Try Not to Laugh and, you know, general cringe reaction videos. He's also invested in a lot of other companies, like, for example, Liquid Death. That's why you see it on the desk of every single one of his videos. By the way, just a quick rule of thumb, if you ever see a YouTuber randomly have a product in all their videos, they definitely have stocks in it. It's not that they just enjoy the product. There's other companies as well, like Juneshine and Lolly. That's like a
I don't know what the fuck Shine is or Lolly, but they both sound like
banking app, but I could not think of a worse name. There's Stir as well, Cameo, Moment House, Autograph. This guy has his fingers in a lot of investments. He also...
Oh yeah, I guess he has his fingers in other places too, doesn't he?
Got a lot of attention when he went onto Jeff Wittick's barbershop, where he got himself a nice little haircut. And of course, he was confronted by Jake Paul.
Who's here? Your favorite YouTuber. Are you serious? There he is. I'm nicer, dude. You don't care about
cyberbullying kids.
Now, it's really interesting because I see a lot of people repost this clip of Jake Paul and how Jake Paul was basically trying to expose Cody Ko for like sleeping with Tana, and how he was like a whistleblower, but he did.
Yeah, that part didn't make sense to me either. Maybe they thought using that clip would have been funny as a way to show you guys how Cody Ko actually reacts in like stressful situations. Pretty much it.
Didn't formulate his words properly. I think that's like BS. I don't believe that at all. I think like Jake Paul would never be able to properly call out someone.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be able to properly call out somebody either, especially since I think him and his brother did like what rap. No, it was diss tracks. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the freaking word? Anyways.
One in his life. And also on top of that, I think he was genuinely just on about like how Cody Ko would make videos, you know, making fun of kids and stuff. So I don't think that's related at all. I really think that is a bit of a straw pull there. Now, Tana Mojo, I've been saying Tana Mongu. I keep doing that because the way that the name appears, but it is Tana Mojo.
Yes, it is Tana Mojo, and I don't blame him for pronouncing it like that because what the fuck? But whatever.
She's been a prominent face for her viral storytime videos. I'll be honest, I can imagine a lot of you are not from that part of the internet, the more female-centered part of the internet, because looking at my demographics, it is an absolute sausage fest here.
Hey, I'm that 7.1 was good. Pyro was good.
You probably
Anyways.
know her from iDubbbz's Content Cop video that he made on Tana. That was obviously a long time ago. He's deleted the Content Cop since. He's wanted to move away from that content. And also, they've actually made up. It seems that
Oh yeah, me personally, I don't know why iDubbbz doesn't want to do Content Cop anymore, bruh. Like you should have kept that shit going. That was your bread and butter right there. Anywho, moving
Tana
on,
and
moving on.
iDubbbz are actually friends now, or at least working together. She's got an OnlyFans as well. She's got a podcast with Brooke Schofield. She also collaborates with Jeff Wittick, who I mentioned earlier, the funny haircut guy who's in the accident with David Dobrik. Jeff has a podcast called Jeff FM. So what happened with Cody and Tana? You probably already know, to be fair, but I'm just going to give a quick rundown of events, mostly because, as well, I want to make the video as long as possible to maximize ad revenue. So Cody and Tana
Ha, me too, bitch. Me too, bitch.
collaborated a couple of times back in 2016. They're in that scene where kind of everyone ends up meeting everyone. And she says in her personal opinion that looking back on it and reflecting, that dynamic felt forced and very strange. And then they eventually both diverted. They moved onto their different career paths and they didn't really interact with each other since. However,
Yeah, no surprise there. I think specifically Cody Ko was doing the collaborations with Tana so he can like gain viewership on YouTube. You know what I mean? But again, I've already explained why I think the dynamic was weird. It's mostly just because of your fucking age differences. That's pretty much it. But whatever.
Tana has actually spoken up numerous times in the past about how Cody and her hooked up when she was 17 years old and he was 25 years old. She mentioned this around May when her podcast was on tour. And one of the first mentions of Cody by name is someone in the audience when she was on tour asked, "What's the smallest dick you've ever seen?" And then she goes up on stage and she answers by saying, "Cody Ko!"
Who's the smallest dick you've ever had sex with? Oh my god, do no one look at me, Cody Ko.
Now, some people even saw this at the time as a bit of a joke because, you know, Cody Ko, he works with Noel Miller. They literally have a company together called TMG, Tiny Meat Gang. The joke is they're
Yes, the joke is there.
songs are small, and they've even made music together talking about how small their dicks are. But this didn't stop people from looking into it and wondering and speculating when they actually first hooked up. Now, it was apparent that this might have actually happened at Playlist 2016, which was in Orlando, Florida. So this could have happened in Orlando, or it could have happened in California, both states having an age of consent of 18. And Tana would have been 17 at the time. But then eventually, later down the road, she talked on a podcast feeling that she was taken advantage of at the time.
Yes. Yes, you were. I mean, I mean, if I were talking to Tana directly, then I would be like, yes, you were. I absolutely think that she was taken advantage of, mostly because of the way she looks and everything like that, especially like, just
time. And she's realized by the reaction that people had to the information, wow, this actually wasn't okay. It is also important to note that Tana has been mentioning this story a lot of times, but she never actually specifically named Cody up until then. And a lot of people shut down her claims at the time because she had an OnlyFans and also the iDubbbz Content Cop and also the mess that was TanaCon as well. But also keep in mind that these allegations were mentioned as far back as 2021. Now, this is a story that's always been like bubbling below the surface for a while, but it hasn't really gained that much traction. But it really picked up steam from that clip on her tour that went viral, like being shared everywhere because Cody Ko was named. And then you had other channels like H3 and Adam McIntyre speak up about it, comment about it. But again, it didn't really gain much momentum and Cody was still uploading and basically getting more views in his solo channel career than he's ever got. Even Rolling Stones published an article all the way back in June, which again, like nothing really happened after that.
is insane. You would think that more people would have more of a adverse visceral reaction to this happening, but again, it's literally because Tana is not labeled the perfect victim or whatever. which is a stupid fucking concept, by the way.
Obviously, as you all know, this all changed when D'Angelo Wallace uploaded his video breaking down the entire situation and basically saying that everything that I've just said. He also called out pretty much all the commentary channels, saying that it's like a boys club and how they'll talk about certain situations but purposely avoid others. I mean, I've already said at the start of this video, the reason why I stayed away from the Cody Ko situation is because I feel it's only really fair to talk about something when both parties have said their piece, even if the
I agree. I 100% agree. Even though I do have a reaction video to Oompaville's video, so whatever. But hey,
the accused party's response is absolutely terrible. I think it's then fair to talk about, for me personally. And I know a lot of people will probably ask, why aren't you talking about the Ava Tyson situation? I've said on stream a couple of times. I recorded a video. It was about 90% edited. And then I watched through it and I just thought, I'm saying everything that Critical is saying. Like, I'm not adding anything of substance. His video is like on the best part of 10 million views now. Is there really any point doing this video apart from getting a quick bag? Not really. So I just left it and I didn't upload it. Now, some
get your back. I'm joking, but like, upload that shit. Even though upload it.
Important things that D'Angelo does bring up in his video is Cody Ko is obviously married now. He has a child, and when he was married, he actually ended up texting Tana, basically trying to, you know, do a bit of a fishing expedition.
Yeah, that fucking part, dude. I think he was all like, "Hey, Tana, are you like okay? Like, is everything like okay? Like." What do you mean, is everything okay, bro?
And say, you know, hey, are we okay? And he even found an incredibly hard to find clip of Gabby Hanna, again, someone else who is very controversial, mentioning the incident that basically matches Tana's story.
Gabby is actually on record telling the exact same story several years ago.
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like,
damn, Pyro, get your bag, but holy shit.
Like, hey man, you probably don't know. I know she like looks a little older. She's underage. Watch it. And he's like, oh my God, thank you for telling me. And then he turned that.
This is really bad.
Tana also does actually mention Gabby in the podcast episode where she brings up Cody Ko.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a playlist live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up.
So it does seem that the stories do line up, even though they're years apart in being told. Now, when D'Angelo dropped this video, all the other commentary channels basically uploaded their own version, like their own retelling of events, basically just taking the D'Angelo Wallace video and saying everything that he said in the video. But the point I'm trying to make is it went viral because Jarvis Johnson is, I would say, part of that Cody Ko section of the internet, more of a kind of female-centered audience. But when
yes, and it's like, dude, we need more men with female-centered audiences to actually start talking about situations like this, because it's like, bro, like, you're making money off of us.
someone like Charlie speaks about it, that's a male-centered audience. And obviously he has a lot more pull, a lot more reach. So it just ends up that everyone now knows about this situation. And it's interesting as well because it led to a lot of creators talking about their own personal experiences. Hassan, for example, he basically said after his appearance on TMG, he said that he never got that vibe off Cody. And this led to a lot of other people cutting ties with him. Like, for example, Danny Gonzalez, he had a collab with Cody Ko and he ended up basically privating it and changing the
yes, nigga, yes. Oh, I'm unlisting that. I'm unlisting this because I don't support Cody Ko's actions. Okay. This is actually a lot better than the time where he got called out for the fucking Starbucks cup. What the fuck is wrong with you people, by the way? Calling out somebody for drinking Starbucks, when I bet you bitches do it every single fucking day.
description of it. And this is something I do personally believe with like any cancellation on the internet. I don't think it's the public dropping you that's the problem. I think if people that you've worked with and your friends start dropping you, that's when it's like actually curtains. That's when it's GG's and game over. Tana actually even shared some conversations with Cody when she was
I think just like the situation with I'm Alex, motherfuckers started dropping him like he was a fucking roach, dude. Dead ass.
16, basically implying.
I mean, he was a roach, is a roach, will always be a roach, but that's the point.
That they hooked up more than once.
It also just wasn't like one time. Like, I hooked up with Cody Ko so many times across the years. How old was I on April 28th, 2015? You were
multiple years. So this happened multiple times. Well, it wasn't just at Playlist Live, but this shit happened multiple times. Ooh, child. I see why he texted you going, is everything okay? Like, is are we okay? Are you okay? Like, yeah,
Where
ew. Just ew.
Shut up. And I was just such a fan. That's like the sad part.
Now, this is where the Cody Ko rabbit hole gets a lot deeper. Obviously, we all know the Tana situation, but what happens with videos like this that get dropped, more and more people tend to come forward. There was a call out made that he might have dated someone at high school called Evie Blackburn. There was a Reddit post that was made on his subreddit because, as you know, when a YouTuber gets into drama, the subreddit is always the first place that turns on them. And this showed basically a Vine that was recorded with her, as well as a picture of them at a music festival together. Now, Evie herself has not actually come forward to like confirm or deny any of this, and at the time of recording she's
not gonna lie, I would love for her to come forward. That would actually make everything make a little bit more sense, like, because child
basically just privated her entire Instagram, so it's pretty obvious that she isn't comfortable talking about this. And then another thing people started to criticize,
poor thing. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Oh my gosh,
Cody Ko for was the people that he was associating with. Like, there was someone that he had an association with called Colby Leachman, and this is someone that he went to the Duke University with. So back in 2011, Colby and another classmate, this is not Cody Ko, by the way. I'm not saying that Cody Ko did any of this. He didn't.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't do any of this, but the fact that he was friends with this guy, the fact that he was friends with this motherfucker, you know what I mean? Birds of a feather.
People are simply calling him out for his association with this guy, Colby. So Colby and another classmate actually
bringing this motherfucker around your goddamn wife. Some disrespect. That is the most disrespectful shit I've ever, like, that's the most disrespectful shit any man can do, bruh. Is bringing a fucking rapist around your goddamn wife, bruh, or your girlfriend. You know what I mean?
drugged a girl called Ariana Kayumi, and one of them actually ended up taping an assault. And once people found out who Colby was back in Cody's vlogging days, you slowly noticed that Colby was appearing less and less in Cody's vlogs. But Cody got the most amount of criticism because Colby actually appeared at Cody Ko's wedding. And that's something that D'Angelo Wallace gave a lot of criticism to Cody for, almost like you're trying to, you know, not include Colby in content, but you're keeping him as more of a secret, that you'll still have him at like wedding events and stuff.
I'll keep you my dirty little secret. Don't tell anyone. Okay, I'm done.
Now, again, the accusations against Cody, they're pretty big. So usually what a lot of YouTubers do is they go completely off the grid. They stop tweeting, they stop uploading, and they take some time off to formulate a response. I've always kind of thought...
if he's actually formulating a response, he's probably planning his fucking retirement right now. We don't know.
When YouTubers respond, I don't understand why if you don't respond in the first 24 hours, you are instantly guilty. I think it does take time to collect receipts and give your version of events, because usually getting old screenshots and stuff, it does take a long amount of time. So personally, I believe if you take some time off to, you know, not do anything and just focus solely on getting a response out to save your career and to save your impression and to save your own dignity, then that's fine, as long as it doesn't go on for too long. That's what I thought Cody was doing, and he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Oh my gosh, no the fuck he wasn't. He wasn't. You mean to tell me that he wasn't? Shocker.
He was.
Wow.
A couple of days after the accusations came out, he ended up actually doing a DJ set. He was fulfilling what I believe to be a contract at the Encore Club DJ residency.
Yeah, the Encore Beach Club. That's what it was. Yeah, if you are ever planning on going to the Encore Beach Club, just cancel your ticket, get your refunds. Fuck these people.
This was in the Wynn Las Vegas on July 19th. Now, videos of this set went viral, mostly because one of the songs that he was DJing was Justin Bieber singing I'm So Sorry. And that's ironic for two reasons. Firstly, because at the time he did that, he still didn't put out an official response. He basically just stopped uploading onto YouTube. And on top of that as well, Justin Bieber is someone who has Cody Ko blocked on Twitter.
Big fan. He's a Canadian.
Bitch. Oh, he blocked your ass. Ooh. Maybe it's because he doesn't play with that fucking predatory shit.
I love his music. He's has me blocked on Instagram. No idea why.
What? And this is where
because he doesn't really fuck with you.
The Cody Ko hate went into overdrive because, like I said, a lot of YouTubers, they just go completely offline, off the grid to make a response because, you know, if they put anything out there, they're going to get attacked. But Cody Ko didn't do that. He didn't upload a YouTube video. He didn't tweet. He didn't post anything. He actually instead ended up doing a DJ set. Now, he probably...
a DJ set, and he also had his mods delete several threads on his Reddit. So There's another one.
Was
There's
under
that.
contract. But again, it's like, I really do feel if the entire internet is awaiting a response and everyone is going for your throat, you want to at least put something out there. And some people looked into this even deeper, thinking that he was basically mocking the situation, especially with the Justin Bieber song. I personally don't think that, but, you know, brave statement incoming. I do think he should have probably cancelled the DJ set and again stayed off the grid until he put up some kind of response. But we do now officially, finally, have an official response from Cody Ko. It's official because it is actually signed by him and Noel Miller. So this was
Okay. We're finally at the part. Yeah. Damn, Pyro, you stretched this out like wider than Jabba the Hutt's tip.
posted on the tmgstudios.tv website. It is a paid website, but the response itself isn't actually behind a paywall. Anyone has access to it. And this response basically goes into
Which is a shocker because y'all didn't do that for the blacks. So thank you.
the future of the network, that the two of them are built together, because like I said much earlier, TMG was built by Noel and Cody. They both co-own it. But like I said, these guys are complete business heads. I already talked about how Cody's invested in so many companies. They've also started other podcasts from TMG. Like, for example, Trillionaire Mindset, which is like a comedy finance podcast. Brooke and Connor make a podcast, which is like their Gen Z podcast. Stretch and Fade, which is Noel and Meat Canyon's former podcast. And also Insanely Chill, which was Cody's solo podcast that would have, like, you know, various guests on. And obviously with Tana's controversy, mostly spearheaded by D'Angelo Wallace's video, and then obviously done by Critical, which made everyone see it. It couldn't be ignored anymore, and a lot of these TMG episodes stopped airing. So this was a joint statement that was released. It was basically written by Cody and Noel, but it might have just been wrote by Noel and then Cody kind of signed off on it at the end. It is a little bit confusing to who wrote what, but they're basically saying what will happen to Cody during the period of this network, and they're saying that Noel is basically going to lead it instead of obviously it being Cody and Noel. This morning we shared the note below with the employees of TMG Studios. We wanted to share it with you as well. Our shows will resume in the coming weeks. Thank you for your support. Hi everyone, we want to start by saying thank you for all your patience while we were working to figure out the best path forward for the studio. We know it's been a very strenuous few weeks for everyone, and we really appreciate your willingness to bear with us. You are the most creative and incredible group of people. We feel so lucky to work with all of you. TMG Studios is what it is because of you. We couldn't be more proud of the incredible roster of talent we've been privileged to work with and everything we've accomplished together. As we enter into this next phase of the studio, we wanted to let you know that Cody will not be involved in the day-to-day operations at TMG Studios. Now, keep in mind, the wording there is very clever. It's like they're not cutting him off. He's not stepping down. This isn't like an Ava Tyson situation where...
And this is exactly the situation that I kind of mentioned in my last video. I'm really sick and tired of these companies' fake concern and fake apologies, because you guys are still allowing these people to work with you, but you're just not putting them as the in center stage or front of the stage. You're not, you know what I mean? You're still not doing what the fuck you're supposed to do.
She said that we both came to the decision for me to step away, and then Mr. Beast came out the next day and said, no, actually, I cut her off and she's being investigated. This is like, Cody isn't going to be ahead, but we're not actually saying that he's going to leave the company. What has transpired over the past few weeks is a personal issue for him, and Cody wants to remove any effect this is having on your professional and personal lives and the work you and other hosts have done to make TMG Studios so successful. Again, keep in mind, this email went out to like all the employees, and then it was publicly released as well. It wasn't leaked. They posted this themselves. Noel will continue to lead the way. His top priority remains the life and growth of the studio and its talent. Our audience sees your hard work every week, and we want that to continue. They deserve it, and so do you. We have built something truly special, and he's committed to keeping that alive and well. Silly, Cody, and Noel. Now, this statement is basically came after a couple TMG shows have basically cut ties with them. After hearing the Cody Ko allegations, they don't want to work with them and they wanted to go independent. A good example is a podcast called Emergency Intercom. Drew and Enya, the hosts, basically did an announcement on Instagram that after 2 months of being in the network...
Again, good job, Enya and Drew. Good job.
They wanted to go back to being independently produced. And that's huge because they only recently actually joined the network, and also TMG designed a entire specific set for them as well. Now, this is the second departure. The first departure was Trillionaire Mindset. This happened last year, and this was due to the hosts wanting to basically pursue their own show outside of the network. That was hosted by two people called Ben and Emil, and obviously after the Tana expose, a lot of people asked them for their opinion, and they basically just said, like, we didn't really have much contact with Cody outside of recordings. and they didn't want to say much else either because of possible lawsuits. Now, again, the statement itself, it is incredibly vague. I mean, again, this was basically...
It's extremely vague. It's very, very PR stunty, which is exactly why I'm sitting here just like, I'm really sick and tired of these companies' fake concern, fake apologies.
A work email that they posted publicly, I guess, to be like, guys, we are saying something about it. But obviously, again, this is like, it's better than the DJ set. I'll give them that. But still, they're not really saying anything. And also, if you read between the lines, it's very, very obvious they're not cutting Cody from the company. They're basically just saying that he's stepping down. I mean, he's probably a co-owner. He probably owns like half the company. It's obvious they're not cutting him. He's staying in the company, but he's just like stepping down in his roles. What I was hoping the response would say is he's taking time to step down to, I guess, almost like work on a response. But there's no mention of that either. Now, again, like
he's not only just shooting himself in the foot, but he's like literally cutting it off.
I said, my own personal belief. If a YouTuber has heavy allegations, it's fine for them to go off the grid and to, you know, formulate some kind of response. I don't see a problem with not putting something out in the first 24 hours, because usually you're going to be very panicked, anxiety-ridden, and you're probably going to put something out there that is complete trash if you don't have the receipts instantly on hand. But on top of that as well, I'm really trying to be devil's advocate for...
But at the same time, it's literally been a month since the allegations have been released. It's been a whole ass month, actually month and a half, because we're almost at the end of July, and he hasn't said anything. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't said anything. It feels like he's trolling or some shit.
Cody,
you know
but I
mean?
can't. I can't. Like, he's done the DJ set. They put out this response where they're basically saying Cody's stepping down, but he's not leaving the company. It seems like an email to stop other people at TMG from leaving. I mean, look at other situations that have happened recently with content creators that have had, you know, serious allegations. Dr. Disrespect, the company that he was with, Midnight Society, put out a full statement saying, no, we're dropping him. And then obviously...
Period. So why can't TMG Studios do the same exact fucking thing? It's not that hard. Just find another investor. Ask Noel to take more stocks or buy more stocks or whatever the fuck. Actually take advantage of the people that are actually like, I don't know, not fucking minors.
Who I mentioned earlier as well, Mr. Beast, he basically said that I'm dropping Ava and Ava is being investigated. And again, nowhere in that statement says that he's not being part of the company anymore, just that he's not being as hands-on. But again, I do think they wanted the public to see this because, you know, like the TMG website, it's a paywalled website, it's like a Patreon. But that apology, or well, not really an apology, more like a response, that was free to access. Anyone can access that. So they wanted that to kind of, you know, disseminate throughout the internet, definitely. Another example is when like Cody Ko used to say the N-word. Again, I can already see people pulling up the Paracynical N-word compilations when I was a cringy little white boy that never left the house, and it really, really shone. He did an apology for that, and he actually put it behind a paywall. So you basically had to pay to even see that apology. Obviously, that's been...
Yes, thank you. Thank you for apologizing to us behind a paywall. We appreciate that.
Leaked everywhere online now, like everyone's seen that. But originally that was behind a paywall. But this TMG response, it wasn't. It really does like beg the question, what is he going to do now? Is he going to do a response, or is he kind of just going to let it, you know, just hopefully everyone forgets? Hopefully.
I think he's going to do the hopefully everyone forgets. Hopefully they forget. Hopefully no, we're not going to forget. No. Nah, and I hope Tana and Gabby Hanna keep talking about it. Period. Like, I want them to keep talking about it. We should never forget this. We should never forget this, and we should take this as a lesson to, I don't know people by their fruit or something.
There's another Ava Tyson situation that kind of takes the heat off him for a bit. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what's going through his head. Cody Ko isn't really someone I've watched. I actually did have a conversation with him. This wasn't in person. This was over Instagram DMs. I'm not joking. No word of a lie. The only conversation I've had with Cody Ko is me doing an Instagram story where his network copyright claimed my video, and I tagged him in it, and then he DM'd me and reached out and basically said, oh, shit, sorry about that, man. That sucks. Let me get that reversed for you. And then it was reversed a little bit later. That's it. That's the only interaction. I mean, I appreciate that your company was able to overturn that and stuff.
Kind of glad that was the only interaction Pyrocynical ever had with Cody Ko, because to be honest, doesn't seem like it's worth it. Not anymore.
But that's like the only time I've actually had a conversation with the guy. He basically has two paths now. You know that meme of like, you know, the really light castle and then the really dark castle that's all evil with the thunder? He has two choices. He can respond to the allegations, you know, admit what he's done is bad, you know, maybe pull up a bunch of receipts and stuff. I don't know. And then the other one will be to just kind of ignore it, which will be the bad one, because if you ignore it again, it is just going to basically follow you around until the end of time.
And that's on period. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are about that video. It was a very, very, that was a very, corporate ass, PR ass, fucking, I ain't got time for this shit type of response. And it's a very, very disappointing one. I don't know if I added anything to this discussion, to be honest with you. I think this is very, very annoying that there are people like this who are constantly getting away with this shit. You know what I mean? Like, can we not allow this to happen? TMG, can you do better? You know what I mean? Actually, maybe remove him from your company. Like I said earlier, maybe actually find somebody who has the money and probably doesn't want kids or minors to invest your company or to invest in your company, stuff like that. But other than that, let me know what you thought about this reaction video. Let me know what you think about Cody Ko's response, even though it doesn't really feel like it doesn't feel genuine. And do you think Cody will ever genuinely respond to this sort of thing with actual evidence backing up his innocence in it? Me, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I doubt it a lot. But if he were smart, which he probably isn't, more than likely, he should, you know, make a video, make a response, quit acting like a pussy. But anywho, like I said, have a wonderful afternoon, day, and evening, and just let me know what you think. And shalom.